When we first learned of this scheme here at News 13, we looked at officers not showing up to court hearings as the typical way that a drunk driving case would be dismissed.
Mendez's admission in court backs that up, but he also admits that wasn't the only way the conspirators made cases disappear. Albuquerque's police chief told our investigative reporter Ann Perrette how his officers got away with this scheme in several other ways.
I look at what I know and how it was generational, and I see how it just got passed down from one generation to the next generation, DWI officer to the next. But I also don't think this was very blatant.
Albuquerque's police chief says the scheme changed over time and only became known once those involved got sloppy.
I think they had a very tight-knit group of individuals that didn't talk about it.
Of those APD announced were under investigation, personnel files show Honorio Alba Jr., Harvey Johnson, and Neil Elsman went through the police academy together.
These individuals knew each other and they trusted each other for a long time, since academy days.
How'd they get away with it? Aside from not showing up to court hearings, the chief says officers filed lapel video under an incorrect case number so it couldn't be provided as evidence, prompting a dismissal. Plus, for some arrests, officers never filed a criminal complaint. How many? We'll never know, he says. And as we pointed out in a previous KRQE investigation, officers let drivers go with a summons to appear in court rather than taking them to jail.
That's Officer Alba, who in one case told a woman the prison transport center, which they were currently inside, was closed. He had her call a friend for a ride.
Was there a thought maybe they were waiting to see if the person paid? And then they didn't, and that's why?
That's what I think was occurring.
But Chief Medina says the scheme ultimately wasn't sustainable, especially with the policy changes APD had to make under an unrelated settlement with the U.S. Department of Justice.
I don't think anybody ever fathomed that this could be occurring, and they didn't realize the loops that needed to be closed.
Among those changes, booking someone into jail is mandatory. Mailing criminal summonses is only allowed in, quote, unique circumstances. And lapel camera footage is now auto-indexed and supervisors review it monthly.
You know, obviously there was an internal investigation on the first line supervision of the unit. And I think that's where all of those things could have been caught.
The department has also tightened its procedures surrounding officers missing court. The Internal Affairs team now investigates an officer's reason for not showing up. And APD has entered into an agreement with the DA's office to make sure the IA team gets notified. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Ann. The department sent us a list of other policy changes they have made since learning of the scheme. We have that full list on our website.